Well, maybe you saw GNS yesterday. Genius Group began trading here at the NYSE yesterday and saw some tremendous gains. In fact, 350% gains, lots of volatility. Here to help us get through what it's all about and what this company is doing right now in its outlook, Roger James Hamilton, founder, Genius Group. Roger, thank you so much for being with us. So before I get to the stock craziness and volatility, this is all about education, technology. Tell us a little bit about the platform and what the goals are here.
Sure. Thanks very much, Nicole, for having me on. Our Genius Group, we're based in Singapore, but we are global. So we're in 190 countries around the world. And what sets us apart from a lot of the other edtech companies is we're creating our own curriculum, which is very entrepreneurial. It teaches financial literacy. It shows people how they can reskill what they're up to. And it's for all ages. So it starts from primary, high school, it goes all the way through university and up to adult learning as well.
Yeah, and financial literacy. In fact, April is Financial Literacy Month. So I know you probably really were tying it into that great news peg right there. What do you think the education system here in the United States, but around the world, is really missing when it comes to financial literacy for younger folks?
Well, it's actually very challenging, as we can see so many students go all the way through university and end up in student debt. We think that it should be a very different system where you can actually be earning and learning at the same time. And so from an early age, it's very possible for anyone, any adult who has a child, any parent has a child, we know how possible it is for kids, especially when they're younger, when they're creative, to find smarter ways as to where they want to go. And the reality is, for every student that's looking for more relevant education to the jobs that are now available out there in the world, whether it's in technology, whether it's in new areas that have all evolved after the pandemic, there's also companies that are looking for the right leaders, which the current system may not be providing at the right level. That's why with us, we think it's important not just to have the digital side, but also to have the actual curriculum side as well. And for it to be, again, America is really important as a nation in the world that is leading the way in many technologies, but all around the world, the ability to connect with other students, mentors in different countries and get that global perspective is equally important today.
What did you think of the trading debut? I mean, the stock went wild. It was up 350%. It was a $6 IPO. You tell me, it's at $21 now. So still well above the IPO price, well off the highs. I know you can't really comment on the stock price, but what did you think about the interest and volatility that came along with it?
Oh, I know there's that saying that it takes a lifetime to create overnight success. The reality is that we have actually been applying for what is coming up to 2 years now to be able to be listed, and we saw all the activity last year. When we finally got the approvals and we actually came to market, I think it was maybe a day or two after the Ukraine war began. And as everyone knows, right, the entire IPO market really did dry up as well. So like you said, I can't really comment about the pricing, but there certainly appears to be a lot of pent-up demand for people that would like to see the IPO market come back to where it was earlier this year or in the later part of last year.
And how do you differentiate your platform? You said it has a really interest in learning and education. It's a technology platform, but it has really geared towards entrepreneurs as well, that maybe might be something different than your competitors. What do you teach as far as that part of it to younger folks?
Sure. Well, I mean, the first thing is the name genius comes from that saying, everyone's born a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it'll go through its whole life believing that it's stupid. So the whole idea of standardized testing or testing specifically for people's weaknesses, I know we've seen this all the way through the pandemic and beyond. There have been so many parents, families looking and saying, is this actually the kind of education that we want for our children? Especially when we see entrepreneurs where they're not necessarily having to level off all their weaknesses. They're more likely to find a great team that can support them in their weaknesses while they can focus at their strength. And so a huge part of what we're doing is personalized learning. We use AI, and everyone has their own personal genie who then is able to support them on who they should connect with, who they should be learning from, and then what they should learn as well. So that is really a critical part is everyone comes on board and it has a pathway, which is linked to their passions, their purpose and talents. And we have assessments for all of those. And then on top of that, we have, as you say, on the entrepreneurial side, a shift between the idea of academic learning, which is really just learning from a book. We all know you can't ride a bicycle by just reading a book about it. You need to actually practice it. So in the same way, entrepreneurial learning is learning through doing. And we have 5 aspects which create our philosophy: connect, learn, earn, act, and review. That basically spells clear. And so we have clear steps every day that if students take those steps at whatever age, in whatever subjects or whatever courses they're looking for, when they do that, then they're actually earning what we call gems, which are our in-house credits that you can then be using for all sorts of different programs going forward in the future as well. So for us, it's about gamifying the experience, it's about making it fun, and it's about doing it for all ages with certifications. Right? One of the big things that's happened with the IPO is that we are now closing a number of acquisitions, which includes primary and high school, includes a university in California. And so that's an exciting part of our next step, is really being able to provide this for students of all ages throughout America.
Oh, that's cool too, because then you're really an online educator giving out certificates of, proven for education. So I like this about the entrepreneurial spirit here: connect, earn, learn, act, and review. I guess that you can then get to the next phase of your entrepreneurial goals. It's wonderful to speak with you, Roger. Thank you so much. Roger James Hamilton, founder of
Thanks, Nicole.
Genius Group. Thanks for joining us on the show. Appreciate it.